TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Neff.
I'm Edward Lewis.
Edward, thank you for filling in today.
As always, thanks for having me.
Of course. Edward is our top dog over at the sports department.
Number one.
Yep.
Not Michael Babcock.
And if you don't recognize him, it's because he's growing out this weird mustache.
Weird?
Unclear why. But he's trying not to date right now.
It doesn't look good?
Obviously not dating right now, right? All right, we got a lot of topics to get into today. We're going to be starting with Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson. There was rumors that they broke up. We got the details on that. Matthew Perry, a lot of developments in the 5 arrests that were made in connection to the ketamine that was given to him prior to his death. We'll give you all the updates on that. Taylor Swift appears to retitle her Kim K diss track, now pointing to Kanye West. And lastly, we'll get into the Olympic breakdancer that went viral for her lack of moves, for her, I don't even know what you would call it, but she's breaking her silence on the viral, on her viral performance. All right, starting off with Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson. As you guys know, they have been engaged. However, there was a story this morning that every outlet picked up that they had broken up. Apparently, this all kind of got sparked by the fact that she was seen not wearing her engagement ring recently. So then another outlet said they broke up, but we have confirmed they are actually still together and they're still happily engaged. She was actually recently supporting Chris at his Helsinki show. And she was there. People saw her there. And the band's new music video was actually produced by her company, Tea Time Pictures, which I like that name, Tea Time. And the couple is managing their personal and work lives well. No truth to any of the split rumors. Woo! Can you sleep better tonight now, knowing this?
Thankfully, when I got that news. I believe you spoke with some of these reps, and Devin did as well.
Yeah.
What was your take from them? Because to me, this is a story that doesn't just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
It does. It's Edward.
An outlet just said they are broken up without confirming it?
But there's certain outlets where they're not actually doing creative reporting. They do like creative writing.
Okay.
So a lot of outlets will just make buzz up sometimes. Or maybe they spoke to a source that like legitimately hasn't seen them together for a while. But yeah, I mean, look, if they were broken up, I think a rep would confirm.
Look, I'm just curious if I don't
how these rumors start,
or if they're in the process of a breakup, right? Like we've had people do that to us over at TMZ Sports a lot, where
they're actually broken up,
or
but
something,
then don't want to
something's
admit.
happening. It's a miss. Maybe the divorce is in the going, but they're like, oh no, we're still together, or something like that. You know, like a player's about to be released, but they won't say it yet, and they're like, he's still on our team, and then we're like, well, we've heard he's about to be released. Like, no, he's still on the team. So I'm just curious if that's the case that's going on here.
You think they're low-key broken up, the original report was true, and maybe they're covering it up?
Or there's smoke there. Maybe they're not necessarily, they're broken up, but they're going through some hard times, right? I mean, J-Lo and Ben, we've been reporting for a long time that they're divorcing, and they're still not divorced, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry, who do I say?
Taylor, man. That would be a hot couple.
Anyways, I don't know. I just don't know how this rumor starts or this report goes around without somebody having some sort of information.
I mean, it is kind of interesting. They didn't address why she wasn't wearing her engagement ring. But like, I mean, I will say there's so many times I don't wear my engagement ring. We have to be here at 6 a.m. So in the morning, I'm like, no, it's so uncomfortable. I mean, I have this like little band that I'll slide on in the morning, but like I usually don't like jewelry.
Okay.
I don't know if that's the case for her, but like her not wearing her engagement ring to me isn't necessarily being like, this is a sign, we're done, photograph me, I'm single. Like, I don't get that vibe.
I feel like in today's world, it's similar. Like, my dad doesn't wear one. You know what I mean? It's just like people just don't want to wear jewelry. It's like you said, it's a lot of effort and a lot of work. I mean, I get it.
Johnny doesn't wear it. My husband doesn't wear his ring sometimes, but I'm not worried.
I don't think I would. I don't know if my future partner would be happy about that.
Edward, I could see you with your little like ring.
I don't know.
Maybe one day.
My
Edward.
mom would love to hear you say that, but it's not.
Mama Lewis, Mama Lewis, we're all wanting Edward to get hitched, but you're kind of dating someone, aren't you?
No, not really.
This is kind of getting a little serious. No? Oh, okay. Hopefully she doesn't watch this. Matthew Perry is more of a serious story. So we're learning that he actually had a severe reaction to the ketamine that he took before he passed away. So as you guys remember, we broke the story on October 28th. He was found unresponsive in his jacuzzi at his LA house. And, people at first, the call originally came in as like a drowning call, but it later turned out that he had so much ketamine in his system, and that actually contributed to his death. As you guys know, yesterday we reported that 5 people were arrested in connection to giving him this ketamine or supplying him with this ketamine. And now we're hearing that prosecutors claim Dr. Salvador Plasencia administered a large dose of ketamine via injection at his house. And the injection reportedly caused his blood pressure to spike and made him, quote, freeze up, which actually alarmed the doctor that gave him this injection. And then the doctor advised his assistant, Kenny, not to administer large doses again. This is extremely disturbing to me. Like, if you see someone like have some kind of reaction to something, like automatically your thought would be, this isn't right. But this kept going. Like, these people were just, there was one email that somebody sent about Matthew Perry saying, I wonder how much this moron will pay. I don't know, it just feels gross to me. And these doctors, like, why would you ever put your job on the line? All the schooling you went to become a doctor, and here you become corrupt in the end for a little bit of more cash?
I will say this. In the festival community, or I guess in the rave world, or the concert
world. Are you a part of the rave community?
Not necessarily. I mean, I go to like shows sometimes, you know what I mean? And it's a very
concert goers.
It's a very popular narcotic to use among recreational users.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term K-hole.
Yes.
And a lot of people, if you take too much ketamine,
you can go
into what's called a K-hole. And it's basically, from my understanding, it's you just like can't move your body.
Oh my god!
You can't feel anything, and like you're just like.
Why would you ever want to do that?
But see, so what I'm saying is most people try to avoid it. They try to take a little bit of amounts but I've actually spoken to some people who find it an enjoyable experience, believe it or not. Like
being frozen, like
I guess. I mean,
on yourself.
I've never done it, and I've never want to be a part of it. But like, I guess it's enjoyable to some people.
Well, it obviously must be if there was this lady called the Ketamine Queen.
Sure.
Obviously, she's getting that name because people are going to her for the ketamine.
And I think people want to avoid the K-hole, from my understanding. But there are some people that do like it. And maybe Matthew Perry was one of them, and maybe that was something that he enjoyed. I don't know, and I don't want to speculate, but I could see how all this happens. It's like the doctor administers like, whoa, that's too much. He's like, oh, is it? I'll tell you when it's too much, kind of deal. And then he's Matthew Perry's big A-list celeb. I could see all this happening again.
It's kind of like Michael Jackson all over again with the propofol. Like, obviously everyone remembered, like, Dr. Conrad Murray was one of his doctors who kind of like fell on the sword about like, why were you giving him all this propofol?
Well, he wanted it, and I'm his doctor, and he's famous, and he's paying, and I don't know, like I again, these are all allegations. These are all alleged acts that the prosecutors say happened. So again, we don't know exactly what's going on here, but I could see how this goes down. It's like you said, it's not an uncommon occurrence for a celebrity to demand illegal things, and people acquiesce to them because they are said celebrity. So
they're obviously doing it because there is a market.
Right, and the dealers, are making a lot of money off of it, and if he's buying it, and they're willing to take the risk of selling it illegally, I could see how this all happens. It's a real tragedy, though. I think ketamine is actually a prescription drug, is my understanding, or it's some sort of there's a medical use for it, correct?
Right.
Like, and if you.
But this was not.
But buying it on the black market changes things and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's all It's just it says a lot about where we are in a society. You know what I mean? Like when these things are available, you can get them responsibly, but then it's hard to get them responsibly, so you have to do it irresponsibly, and then unfortunately things like this happen. So
and there is a big thing where people feel like to treat their addiction and to prevent themselves from being off the wagon again, they do, I guess, take some amounts of ketamine to try to help.
It's like a microdose, right?
Yeah, to help curb that. And Matthew Perry had said that he had praised ketamine, like, this is why I'm still sober,
Lamar Odom, I believe, talked
Lamar
about
Odom.
microdosing the ketamine and stuff. But yeah, again, it's my understanding, though, that it can become its own problem, right? Like that people really enjoy the feeling of it, not necessarily just taking it in microdoses and start abusing
Also,
it
if
too.
you have like an addictive history to anything, right, then it might be kind of dangerous, even if it's
Sure.
like, oh, ketamine is helping me to not be addictive
Right.
or addicted.
And you get addicted to
But then you get addicted to something else.
I know, yeah, it's unfortunate.
Like you can be addicted to like love, you know what I mean? And then you break up, or that guy breaks up with you, or a girl breaks up with you, and then you're so addicted to love, you're on to the next thing.
One, yeah.
Like it's a never ending cycle.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Taylor Swift. So as you guys know, she's had this long-standing history of a beef with Kanye West. All goes back to the VMAs, I think it was.
Yeah.
She had won an award. He got up on stage, hijacked the whole situation. Ever since then, it's been really dicey. He called her the B word in a song. I made that B famous. There was this whole thing where she said, I never approved it. He and Kim had secretly recorded her, where it appeared like she knew about it. However, when the full clip came out, she never agreed to the word B. She didn't want to be called that.
Right.
Well, now she's taken another little jab at him. So she has a song called Thank You, Amy. And I love this because everyone pretty much knows this is about Kim Kardashian, because the Thank You, Amy title, only the letters K-I-M in that are capital. So Kim. Also, the song is about like being a bronze statue and being a bully. Bronze statue, you think of Kim Kardashian.
And her kids singing my song, right? That's a lyric in there too.
Yep.
Right, right.
And North has been singing her song before.
TikTok, yeah.
Well, now she's recently changed the song's title, Thank You, Amy, to now capitalizing the Y and the E to spell yay.
Right.
And it sparked speculation about the motive behind the song. As you guys know, he just came out with Vultures 2. And that's actually in second place behind the Tortured Poets department. So, and it broke his streak of having like 11 consecutive albums like hitting #1. That's been crushed.
Okay.
And that's basically it.
So
whose side are you on?
So, well, it's hard not to be on Taylor's here, but I guess the timing of it is because if she changes the title of the song, people then go and view it more. Is that?
Yeah, I think it gets buzz again about the song, and they're like, yeah.
So yeah, that's why she would do that too, in order to block him, correct? Like that's.
Or just to be like petty.
Oh, maybe like to dance on
like
his grave because the Vultures 2 came in second place.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just recently become informed of this. The Who's Afraid of Little
Who
Me?
is informing you about this stuff?
Look,
You're
man,
so informed on like ketamine,
Look,
and now Taylor
I'm
Swift,
a worldly
Kanye
guy.
West drama.
I'm a worldly guy. But the Who's Afraid of Little Me song, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Who's
Afraid?
Yeah.
You're supposed to put a little song of like that. You're supposed to put that song over like your pet. Then show your pet like attacking.
Right. Okay, well.
Viral.
But anyway, so this dates back a long time. You know what I mean? And she's been writing about songs about these two for a long time. And I'm Team Taylor on it. It feels like he, like you said, hijacked her moment.
Yeah.
And then misplayed her audio to the masses when she didn't want to. And to top it off, Kim and Taylor were very good friends, so
right.
To have all
not
that,
anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it all feels like very backstabby, and I'm very Team Taylor on this. I think she could do whatever she wants on this one. I don't like though that she is apparently doing this when other people drop albums. She releases new tracks.
Brown was trying to like
Charlie XCX, I guess,
dropped her album,
and she tries to like re-release songs, so it goes up top. I think that's a little.
Yeah, I don't like that too.
But if it's Kanye and Kim, I don't think anything's off limits because I do feel like she was wrong there, and she could do a little hot dogging on that one, in my opinion.
A hot dog?
Hot dogging.
Oh, hot dog.
Hot dogging.
Okay, everybody. Edward Lewis gets a mustache, changes his voice and his words. All right, moving on. Oh, Edward, you tell me about this one, actually.
So, okay, I'm sure you saw breaking was an Olympic sport. It was just added this year.
Good God. And now it's gone, right? They've already announced it came honestly, and went. They'll never have breakdancing again in the Olympics.
I'm thrilled for it because it was low-key embarrassing, and Rachel Gunn kind of made it that way. I'm sorry if you're listening, Rachel Gunn, but like she is an Australian breakdancer who made the Olympics and just like
totally went viral.
Was comically awful.
Like she was doing like little dances like this.
If Branson was like, "Hey, Charlie,"
Branson's our producer. Shout out Branson.
Do a breakdance routine right now. You might be just as good as Rachel Gunn. You know what I mean?
Hey, rude. You should say I would be better.
Whatever.
Just as good. Yeah, okay.
There were times where she's just laying on the ground and like writhing anything
giving,
like a worm.
Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, it was hilarious. I like it was so bad it was funny, and the memes were outstanding, and she didn't score a single point, and everybody kind of made fun of it, but it was lighthearted. I don't think anybody was really that upset about it. Well, recently it turned kind of dark. A lot of people accused her of, because she was so bad, a lot of people accused her of basically rigging the system in Australia to make it to the Olympics. And there was a lot of harassment and threats towards her and her family.
Well, I think people want to know, like, how did she get picked?
Look,
because it seems like it's no different if I got.
I guess there's a different style of breaking from what I've
there's
been told.
technical breakdancing and then
there's artistic breakdancing, right? And she's more the artistic as opposed to the ones we normally see where you're spinning on your head and that kind of deal.
Right.
Well, anyways, so all this backlash has been coming out for the last few days. She's a viral sensation, and she finally broke her silence on it all.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think there should never be death threats. It's never that serious.
Or even harassment, or leave the family alone.
Horrible. I mean, the internet is such a horrible place.
It's just breakdancing too. You know what I mean?
Right, it was
silly.
Absolutely a funny video to be like, what in the heck is this girl doing?
And it was funny.
But then to take it another step and be like, your mom, your dad, this and that. Come on, lighten up a little bit. All right, today in history. Got a lot of things that happened, honestly, on this day in history. Pretty interesting. Okay, so this day in 1948, Babe Ruth died. Yeah. We've done a lot of stories about his cards being for sale and stuff, signed cards and stuff.
Famous. Do you know Shohei Ohtani? Dodgers?
Yeah, of course.
He's the modern day Babe Ruth. He pitches and hits, and he's very good.
Wow, gets paid a ton.
Still alive, yeah.
This day in 1977, Elvis Presley died. R.I.P.
Rip.
This day in 1985, Madonna married Sean Penn. I'm sorry to all the Madonna fans, Sean Penn fans. I didn't know this was a thing. I guess I wasn't born yet. I was born in 87.
Same.
Shouldn't date myself, but they were actually married for 4 years together. There was apparently some scandal when they broke up about something involving a baseball bat. I don't know. Yeah, very strange. This day in 2009, Usain Bolt set the 100-meter dash world record. Fastest man that ever lived, right?
Do you have the time?
No. Oh, the time?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Why? You have you timed yourself? I mean,
the 100-meter dash, it's very famous. I don't.
You would know if I said, 0.40 seconds?
Yeah, it's usually in the 9s, and I'm not sure. I would imagine he's.
Do you run, Edward?
I cover sports.
Oh, okay. So. All right. So you cover sports, just don't do sports.
Right.
Okay.
He's fast, though. 9.5.
Wow. That, honestly, pretty good.
See?
You wrote this story.
I didn't write this story. I wrote it 20 years ago.
This day in 2018, Aretha Franklin died.
Aww.
Lots of deaths.
Oh, wow. Morbid.
Birthdays today, Madonna.
Hey.
I know. Look at.
Wait, on her birthday,
she got married on her birthday.
Oh, good for her.
I don't know if I would ever do that because then it overshadows.
Then you don't get two celebrations.
Then you celebrate you get an anniversary present that also counts as a birthday.
Your husband has to give you one. That's good for
That's
me.
when you have a birthday on Christmas.
Right.
Probably the worst birthday you could have.
Love to see it.
Steve Carell's birthday today. James Cameron. Titanic, right?
Yeah. Avatar.
Oh. Wait, he did Titanic and Avatar?
Yeah, am I wrong? Okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, such diverse work.
Yeah, turns out he's successful.
Angela Bassett, Vanessa Carlton. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Wait, that's her, right? Or is that Michelle Branch? I always mix them up.
Oh, man, I don't know.
This
is your story.
Wait.
I think that's Michelle Branch.
Oh, my gosh, please correct us in the comments. And then also Rumor Willis. Happy birthday.
Correct her, not us.
What are your plans for Friday or for the weekend?
Fantasy football. It's back.
Okay.
We're having a big draft over the weekend.
With people from work, right?
People from work, yeah.
What are you guys doing?
We're going to go to an establishment and...
What? Like a strip club?
We're going to Hooters. We're going to Hooters. Is that what you're
Hooters?
We're going to Hooters. Yeah, we're going to draft football players.
I thought they were all closed.
No, not the one we go to. They just opened up for us.
Oh my gosh, they flip on the lights and cooking up some wings. All the girls are coming out. They're in their 90s, putting on their old uniforms.
Yeah, we'll be there.
So cute. Thanks for the invite.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, you have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on Monday.